So why is that important? Why do we want to pay attention to cryptocurrencies such as Suponic Game Coin and Bitcoin? Well, everything is going digital. I think you're going to agree with that. For example, when was the last time you wrote a check? Don't you do most of your banking online now? I mean, gosh, given what we have to do now, I actually wanted to send somebody some money, and normally I'd go to the bank and put the deposit in their account, but I did it totally from the back office. Okay. Don't you also pay your bills online? I don't think anybody uses the slow mail anymore, right? Cryptocurrencies also serve the unbanked. In order for you to get a bank account, you have to have an ID. Usually, you have to show utility bill and all kinds of things. But there's a lot of people who just don't have that access. And we're going to talk about how this is universal because we are involved in a universal platform. Okay, so there are over 2 billion people on this planet who have absolutely no access to a bank. Okay, but with simply a mobile phone, they can do financial transactions. As I mentioned already, we're in a universal platform, and these currencies that we're talking about are universal. Okay, fiat money in most countries can be manipulated, and they've failed many people. We've seen this happen in Greece, in Vietnam, in India. Most recently, it happened in Venezuela. Okay, so governments can print money at their whim. Okay, but Bitcoin helped people in countries like Venezuela. Now, I want you to think about this. With the situation that we're going through right now, is it possible that our money could be manipulated? I think it's great that we've got the stimulus package, but where's that money going to come from? Okay, I'm not pointing any fingers, but let's just look at example what happened in Venezuela. In 2014, one of their bills comes in a denomination called the 1,000 bolivares. Okay, one of those bolivares, those 1,000 bolivares, was worth 160 US dollars. Okay, so it's paper money, right? That was in 2014. Today, just 6 years later, it's less than a penny. Okay, now let me ask you, is it possible to have 100 of these bills in a stack? Well, back in 2014, if you had 100 of these bills, that would have been worth $16,000. Today, that stack of 100 bills is worth less than a penny. Okay, so let that sink in and think about why cryptocurrencies are here to play a big role in our lives now. So you're probably wondering, what gives cryptocurrencies a value? Well, it follows the law of supply and demand, like a lot of things. Okay, I'm going to give you an example of Bitcoin, but I want you to think about something right now. When, I can't remember how long ago it's been now, but probably over 20 years ago, when the iPhones first came out, it was quite a unique thing, right? Wow, these mobile phones that started to do all kinds of things that computers used to do. And they got really popular, especially the iPhone. I remember when the iPhones came out, so many people that got them really, really liked them. And then all of a sudden, Apple announced, hey, we've got the new version of iPhones coming out. Well, all the people that own iPhones were like, wow, they're going to have this upgrade and that enhancement and such. I want to get one of those new ones. So they announced what date they were going to release them. And of course, they had the volume at the store. Okay, back then we didn't have Amazon and all these other places you can buy online, especially for these phones. So you had to actually go to the Apple store. Well, people didn't go there on the day they were going to be released. They went there the day before. Okay, people literally slept on the sidewalks outside of the Apple stores to ensure that they would get that iPhone, that new version. What does that show? That shows high demand. Now, do you think Apple at that time had an unlimited supply of those phones? No, absolutely not. They weren't sure how many phones they were going to sell, so they had a limited supply. Now, think about this. When you have a limited supply of something and a high demand, can you not pretty much write what value you want it to be? That was the first time we saw cell phones sell for over $1,000. But did people buy them? Absolutely. Why? Because there was high demand and low supply. Now with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, there's a total supply of these coins that will be generated. For example, with Bitcoin, there's 21 million. With Suponic Game Coin, we're going to have 10 billion, okay? And there's usually a timeline that's associated with it. With Bitcoin, it was already planned out, and this has to do with the creator's decision on the timeline. And the creator decided that it would start in 2009, and the amount of Bitcoin that would be put into the economy would be put out in increments, certain amount every 10 minutes until the year 2140. So in other words, Bitcoin wasn't just thrown out into the economy all at once. Okay, 21 million Bitcoins didn't just flood the economy. It was put out in increments. And what that does is it creates a supply that is that's controlled. But let me show you what happens with that. Okay, so with Bitcoins, every 10 minutes, new Bitcoins are released. And this will happen until the year 2140, when all 21 million Bitcoins are released, which creates scarcity. And this keeps Bitcoin anti-inflationary. So I want you to think about that cryptocurrencies in general follow a path like this, okay? So let me show you the timeline. Starting in 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto, which is, well, this is who they're saying is the creator. We really don't know. But Satoshi Nakamoto launched the Bitcoin protocol in 2009. And at that time, every 10 minutes, he designed it so that 50 Bitcoins would be released. Now, the release of the Bitcoin, we're not going to talk about that. It's a whole nother topic, but you can read about how that's actually done. But 50 Bitcoins are released every 10 minutes starting in 2009. And the way that the software program was written is that it would do that for 4 years. Okay, so if we look at the next year, it was still 50 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. And then what happened on the second year, there was a guy who had collected a lot of Bitcoins, and he at one point said, wow, you know what, I've got 10,000 Bitcoins, and I'm hungry, I want to buy 2 pizzas, which are valued about $25. I'm going to see if there's someone out there who would like to take my 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. Well, a guy in Florida who owned a Papa John's pizzeria said, I'll send you 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. And because that exchange was done, it created the first value of Bitcoin. So it took 4 Bitcoins to equal a penny, okay? If you're to take 10,000 Bitcoins and translate it into what $25 is worth, 4 Bitcoins is equal to a penny, okay? Now, I want you to remember that. Now, as we're going along the years, the third year was still 50 Bitcoins. Now, here's what's unique to the program. Every 4 years, that amount of Bitcoins that's put out into the system or the economy is cut in half. It's called the halving of the Bitcoin, okay? So what that meant is that on year 5, 6, and 7, 25 Bitcoins were put out every 10 minutes. Now, that is lower than 50, so that means, again, the supply is dwindling down. But do you think that after that second year, when the 2 pizzas were bought for 10,000 Bitcoins, that people started to notice there might be some value in these Bitcoins? Because people who had access to accumulating these Bitcoins started buying things with them, okay? So the demand went up. As the demand went up and the supply went down, the Bitcoin value started to go up. And as it continued, again on the 8th year, it was still 25 Bitcoins, and then we again had the halving. So in 2017, it's now at 12.5 Bitcoins. Well, we're coming up to another halving in the year 2020. Specifically, it's coming up May of this year. The 12.5 Bitcoins that's put out every 10 minutes is going to go down to 6.25. Now, let me share with you. that in 2014, when I first heard about Bitcoin, I had the chance to purchase some Bitcoin, and I did. I bought it, and it was for 14 cents. Now, I did not hold those Bitcoins because I didn't really know much about Bitcoin, but I was told that if I wanted to help out with a charity group, I had to buy $45 worth of Bitcoin, and that was the only thing that charity would accept, was this new currency to me. And so I purchased $45 worth of Bitcoin, and I immediately donated it to the charity. Had I held on to that Bitcoin, I would have over $3 million worth of Bitcoin from that $45. Now, how is that possible? Well, because the value of Bitcoin kept going up with following that law of supply and demand, that by 2017, well, let me go back. And by 2015, Bitcoin was worth $240. In 2017, it was worth $980. Today, it's now worth, one Bitcoin is now worth $6,800. So what does that translate to? With those 10,000 Bitcoins, I want you to think about this. 10,000 Bitcoins 10 years ago was worth $25. Today, that same 10,000 Bitcoins is now worth $68 million. I have to pause here because I still can't believe it, how that value can go up. Okay, so I hope you'll let that sink in, because this is again how the value of cryptocurrencies can go up. Okay, so you saw there some top people, they're talking about Bitcoin, and I like what Sir Richard Branson said. He said, and this short video clip was made many years ago, but he said, there could be some other cryptocurrencies that might actually be better. Okay, so I loved what he said, because at the end of this presentation, I'm going to show you why Suponic Game Coin is going to be a much better cryptocurrencies that we can use, and I'm so happy to say we're involved in. Okay, but let's continue on to see, how is it that a cryptocurrency like Bitcoin can be valued at millions of dollars? How is it that it could be valued at millions of dollars? Well, let's first take a look at a dollar bill. Now, we can all agree in that $1 is the same as saying you have 100 pennies. Okay, you have a $1 bill, or you have 100 pennies. It's equivalent. So if you break it down, 1 penny is represented by 0.01. Now, in the same way, a Bitcoin can also have smaller divisions. Now, how many of you know how many divisions can there be in a Bitcoin? Okay, so just take a guess in your head right now. Okay, a dollar bill has 100 divisions. How many divisions do you think a Bitcoin can have? Well, again, this was created by Satoshi Nakamoto, and this was his own design. And by design, he said a Bitcoin can be divided into 100 million units. And each of those units is going to be called a Satoshi. Okay? Like a penny is 0.01 of a dollar. A Satoshi is 0.00000001 of a Bitcoin. Now, you don't have to be a mathematician. I just want you to just follow and take a look at this. Okay? So each of those Satoshis can have a value of its own following the law of supply and demand. So if one Satoshi eventually grows to have a value of $1 each, well, with 100 million Satoshis in a Bitcoin, one Bitcoin could be worth $100 million. Okay? Now, don't be upset at yourself if this is too much for you to handle. It was too much for me to handle when I first looked at this, okay? And as Jock said, I'm actually an engineer by trade, and it still took me a while to understand this concept. But I'm throwing this out at you to open up the possibility that this could happen, okay? So here's a big question. Will this last? Is cryptocurrency here to stay? Yes. And I'm going to show you an example, okay? So on your own, I want you to go to Google, and I want you to type in Bitcoin ATM near me. Some of you may not know that there's actually Bitcoin ATMs all around you, okay? But as an exercise, just go to Google. I don't know where you're at. You might be in Michigan right now. You might be in California. You might be in Japan. You might be in Taiwan. Type in Bitcoin ATM near me. What do you find? You're going to see Bitcoin ATMs are all around us. Okay, so here in the United States, there's my friend who's standing in front of a Bitcoin ATM. There's another one there that's in San Diego. And one of these days, I'm going to find a photo of myself to show you. I actually like giving Bitcoin as a gift, and you can buy them in any increment. So if you wanted to buy like $50 worth of Bitcoin, it'd be like 0.008 of a Bitcoin, but you can give that as a gift, okay? In Las Vegas, I took this picture myself. Why would there be Bitcoin ATMs in Las Vegas? Because it is an international hub. Now, I do understand Las Vegas is closed right now, but I'm telling you, those Bitcoin ATMs are there. They're all over Las Vegas. They're also used in real estate, okay? They're in Russia, in Asia, the Philippines, in Europe, Canada, Australia. And wow, look at gaming giant Zynga starts playing with Bitcoin. What are we in? We're in the gaming industry, okay? So I'm telling you this because this isn't something new. It's been around, but what I like is Jay Parks created this over 3 years ago, and now we've got some great footing, and we're on the verge of breaking out, okay? So don't be left out. This is real. Suponic Global has created the Suponic Game Coin, SGC. Okay, so now let's talk about why is SGC better than Bitcoin? Okay, well, take a look at this. Bitcoin can do 7 transactions per second. Remember, it's a payment system, right? Ethereum, another cryptocurrency, can do 15 transactions per second. Ripple, another cryptocurrency, can do 1,500 transactions per second. And Visa, which is not even a cryptocurrency, does 24,000 transactions per second. Suponic Game Coin can do 68,000 transactions per second. Is that important? Yeah, we're going to be using our coins for many things, but specifically, SGC are needed for players to play our games, okay? So the Suponic Game Coin platform also cannot be hacked. If you were on the call at 6 o'clock, I loved what Jay said. You know what? They hired the best of the best to try to break into the platform, and there was a big amount of money at stake. If they could do it, they could not hack the Suponic Game Coin platform. So the security of our platform should be very important to you. So now, why should you join Suponic? Well, we are in a $1 trillion industry. We've got gaming that's involved and all kinds of other digital platforms. We work from the comfort of our home. I don't even call it work. Oh my gosh, we're playing games and having fun. We're sharing with people with no stress or fear of rejection. Here's one of my favorites. We make the most amount of money in the shortest period of time because we stack trends. We're stacking the trends of gaming, which is huge. As you might have heard Jock talk about earlier, he said he was in another platform a few years ago, and it was like 40 billion. Now gaming's over 150 billion. And when you combine that with virtual reality and other things, that's what makes it a $1 trillion industry. We're stacking it with cryptocurrencies and more, social media, okay? Here's another great thing. You write your own check. Wow. where can you find a way where based on your efforts, you can make as much or as little as you want, okay? A lot of us have, have the experience of having a JOB, and I'm not knocking those. Those are very valuable right now. I know a lot of people have lost their jobs, okay? But, usually with a job, you're paid a certain amount, and it's rare nowadays to find that you can get an increase year after year. At Suponic, we have great leadership. We've got Jay Park, our chairman and inventor and creator of our whole platform. Very intelligent man. I can't say enough about Jay. We've got Jock Johnson. He's our CEO of North America. And oh my gosh, he's so helpful in every way with marketing and just has the heart to help everybody. We've got AC Green, our Iron Man, who's going to be our Iron Shark now, coming from a great history of being with the Lakers. We've got Dr. Allen and Elmer, some of our fantastic presenters who are also presenting with their own time and effort. And we've got Nicholas, our VP of IT, who has created some phenomenal resources I'm going to share with you later. We've got Francis, our COO, our Chief Operations Officer, helping us out in so many ways. We've got Robert Allen, our master distributor, and wow, he was powerful tonight. He always is, but wow, I got goosebumps hearing him tonight, okay? And then we've got you. Why am I saying you? Because we're going to develop you into great leaders too, okay? We got more reasons. The webinars and trainings, such as what you're watching tonight, are done for you. If you want to just sort of, kind of take it slow and still make money, just utilize that. Just simply invite your guests. We're going to show you how to do that. We've got other companies who want to join us. When we've got other companies out there who want to join our platform, it makes us that much more stronger, okay? We help others and we help ourselves. Zig Ziglar said, if you want to help yourself, then help enough other people to reach their goals, and automatically you will reach yours. We have a low startup cost, as low as $100, okay? And you don't need any special training, degree, or title. You just have to have a desire to succeed. So here's another great reason. You are getting involved in the beginning of the beginning, okay? There's times in my life when I said, wow, I was actually an electrical engineer working for a company called Xerox, and Microsoft was starting. I didn't know anything about Microsoft and about buying stock or anything, any of that, right? Well, because of my lack of knowledge and nobody showed me the way, I missed out on that. I missed out on a few other things. It's okay. I'm here now. Okay, so what we have first movers advantage. On July 4th, we're going to launch our company, and on October 1st, we're going to launch our Suponic exchange. So that's why I say you're at the beginning of the beginning. Now, you can purchase packages of our coins at 30 cents until this Wednesday. And I'm going to show you the difference of those of you that are going to act now versus those that wait later. You're going to see a great difference, okay? So now let's learn more about the Suponic global platform and our Suponic Game Coin. Okay, let me just change screens here. All right, so I'm going to talk about our gaming platform where we have fun and make money. Okay, so first of all, again, Suponic means doing the impossible. And gosh, I'm not sure if it was Hayward, our game warden, or Dr. Robert Allen, our master distributor, who said the word impossible means I am possible. That's what Suponic is, doing the I am possible, okay? So Suponic Global is a company branched out from Suponic, harnessing the technology and financial support from its mother company. Suponic is a global group carrying out business in the field of IT, electronics, logistics, medical, and environment in diverse countries. So today we're going to focus on our gaming platform, but just know Suponic is even more than that. You're going to hear about some of our great products that you can buy. We're also very big on health. You know what? Forget about your wealth if you don't have your health. So there's lots of things that Suponic has in store for us. When we look at the global games market, we can see here the growth from 2012 at 70.6 billion to an estimated 180 billion in 2021. Okay, that's huge. So this is why we need to pay attention to this market. If we look at 2019 and look at the breakup of how this is distributed throughout the different countries, Asia Pacific, 72.2 billion. Europe, 34.7 billion. Latin America, 5.6 billion. North America, 39.6 billion. Okay, so it's huge. By the way, you don't have to believe me, look it up. I love Google because you can look up anything. Look up top gaming platforms. You're going to see there's billions of people that are involved. Okay, our Suponic game platform, you see right here, our premier game is Ink Wars, as you might have heard already. Okay, and again, you can download this and start playing. That's our featured game. Then we've got our exciting Suponic exchange that will open up. What is an exchange? It's a place where you can trade cryptocurrency. So your goal is to collect as many SGC coins and then be able to trade them out and use them to do as you please. Okay, so that's exciting, and that's coming out October 1st. Now there's 3 ways that you can get involved. You can get involved as a gamer, simply playing the games. You can be involved in something that we call a hodler or holdler, as some of you might know, and that is for people who want to just buy the coins and keep them for a future value. Okay, right now, again, we have a pre-sale schedule where our coins are at 30 cents right now, and by October 1st, our pre-sale price will be $1. Okay, or you can be involved as a marketer where you simply share the platform with other people, and you can also make an additional income stream. In fact, we have 8 different income streams. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a document here that shows the value of our coins and why you want to get them at the lowest price. Okay, now forgive me, this looks like a lot of numbers, but like Jock said, I am an engineer and I love numbers, but this is why I love numbers, because it can translate to a lot of money too. Okay, so for example, we're here today at 30 cents for our coins, and we have the 5 different packages. Okay, we have a $100 package, 500, 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000. If you buy at the lowest level of $100, and honestly, you know, do what you can to get $100. I know times are tough right now, but also take a look at what are you spending money on, okay? So hopefully you're not going out there spending money on Starbucks anymore, because you can't, right? Well, I guess you could go through the drive-thru, but save your money and buy Suponic Game Coins. At today's price, you will get 333 coins for your $100, and you will get 5% bonus, which is 16.67 coins, okay? If you wait till Thursday to buy them at 40 cents, instead of getting 333 coins, you're going to get 250 coins. Okay, you guys, if I do the math there, that's almost $100 or 100 coins less, okay? You're going to get 12.5 bonus coins instead of 16.67. And if you wait till October, when the pre-sale is at $1, you're only going to get 100 coins. Now, what do you want? 100 coins or 333 coins for the same price? Okay, so I want you to see that. And again, you get 5% bonus. I'll be talking a little bit more about that. All right, let's go back to the presentation. Okay, so our game revenue, with the money that we bring in from gaming, 15% of them will be burned. Okay, do you remember I was talking about the law of supply and demand? Well, this is how we decrease the supply, is by burning 15% of them, because what that does again is when it lowers the supply and the demand goes up, it raises the value of our coin. 5% will be given to donations to charities. That's another reason why I love being with Suponic, because not only do we help ourselves, but we help others. There's so many people that are in need. 80% of it goes into the revenue, okay? So we've got 15% goes into commissions, And I'm going to show you an example of how our coins are utilized with the number of players that we have, the average amount of coins that are spent per game, and that per game takes about 2 minutes or less. So here's an example of game revenue. If Suponic Global has 100,000 members playing the game only once a day with 10 SGC coins, the Suponic game revenue will be, well, I come up with this 3 SGC coins because 30% of the 10 SGC coins that are put up for the game, the company takes in. Every time there's a game with 100,000 members, there's going to be a winner and a loser, right? So when there's winners and losers and there's 100,000 players, that means 50,000 games are played, okay, every 2 minutes. But you've got 3 SGC coins that are won or taken in by the company for that amount of games that are played each day. So that means that the company brings in 150,000 SGC coins per day. Okay. So at first I said every 2 minutes, but what I'm talking about is, again, if Suponic Global has 100,000 members playing the game only once per day. Okay. So that's a lot of coins that are brought in by the company. Now, what if the players play 10 games per day? Just add another 0 to that. So that would mean the company brings in 1.5 million SGC coins per day. And what do we do with those coins? Well, we have a great compensation plan. There are 8 different streams of income. We don't pay you just one way. There's 8 different ways that you can earn through our compensation plan when you decide to be what we call an IBO, an independent business owner. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to show here is our packages. We have packages SPG1 for $100, SPG2 for $500, SPG3 for $1,000, SPG4 for $5,000, and SPG5 for $10,000. At 30 cents, as I showed you earlier, you're going to get 333.33 coins for your $100, and you're going to get a 5% bonus. Okay, now this bonus can be used for playing the game. When you buy one of these packages, you're actually agreeing to hold them for 6 months until our Suponic exchange opens up in October. And you'll want to do that because the value of our coins will be higher. Okay. We also have dividend shares that you can receive daily for 20 years when we launch. So again, let me just show you that chart again real quick. Okay. So this is how many coins you will receive for the various packages. But again, we have until this Wednesday for 30 cents. Okay. All right. So here's our pre-sale schedule. So you can see here by October 1st, those coins are going to be $1 each. All right. I'm going to go over our compensation. So our first one is the sponsor bonus. So I will show you how to easily invite people to come in. And when they do come in under your code, depending on which package you purchase, you will be compensated by a certain percentage of what they purchase. So let's say, for example, you decide to purchase an SPG5 at $10,000. And let's say you bring somebody in and they do the same thing that you just did at $10,000. 10% of $10,000 is $1,000. And guess what? You get paid in Bitcoin. Okay. So again, here's the different packages. If you purchase, for example, an SPG3 and you're at the $1,000 and somebody buys the $10,000 package, you will receive 7%, which will be $7,000. We've got a binary bonus. When I do the back office training, I'll show you what a binary is and how it is that we can bring in additional income from that. And boy, I love the binary. Why? Because this is true teamwork, okay? You don't have to bring in everybody in your binary. When I first started out in this industry, as Jock said, I was a little cub. I was new. I didn't know what I was doing, but I had great mentors like Jock who showed me how to build a binary. And we're going to show you how to do that. But it's not based on just your effort. It's based on you helping other people, and you will get help from people above you, people below you. So we truly work as a team, but this is another income stream. We have another income stream called the binary matching bonus. And again, depending on which package you purchase, you will be compensated up to this many generations, okay? And it's at 2%, so that can add up to a lot, okay? Now, in order for you to benefit from this, you do have to have one personal recruit on each side of the binary. We have the team dividend shares, okay? Now, here's another example of depending on what package you have, the generations that you can participate in, and here's the payout that you can see. Okay, so again, that can amount up to a lot, and it's paid daily for 20 years based on profit from the gaming. Okay, now we do have some requirements here that we'll talk more about. This actually is a little busy, but what I'd like to do is have you talk to your sponsor in explaining how this is done. But again, there's a lot of money that can be made in this depending on how many times people play the games. And of course, our goal now is to have people play more often now, especially because we're at home. Okay, so just some examples here, gamers income potential. Now, this is specifically talking about people who want to play the game. So it sounds kind of funny, to say that you can actually create a job for yourself by playing games, okay? There's some people who are pros, and from just practicing, you can be good at anything, okay? So if you play 10 games per day with 10 SGC per game, each time you win, you make 7 SGC coins. The winner gets 70% and the company gets 30%, okay? So if a person wins 10 times per day, he can make 70 SGC coins per day, okay? Times 30 days, if he does it every day, that's 2,100 SGC coins per month. Now remember, the SGC coins have a value. If it's $1, that's $2,100 for the month. What if the coin is $10? Now you can give it any value you want, so play around with the numbers, okay? So again, that's one way for somebody to start earning by playing the games. We also have game coin bonuses, okay? So we have packages where people can buy the $100 worth of coins to play with. These coins do not have to be held for 6 months or until October 1st. But every time your team purchases $100 to play more games, you're going to earn 2% each down to 25 generations. Okay. Now to earn this bonus, you must also yourself purchase a $100 package, and this is a monthly pay. And then, last but not least, we've got rank advancement. So depending on the volume of your group, you can move up from gamer to pro gamer, elite gamer to executive gamer, and then this actually should say master gamer, okay? And this is the pool of money, the percentage that you can gain from that pool. Okay, so I've briefly gone over our compensation, and now what I'd like to do is do the back office training, okay? So let me switch over to that. But before I do that, I want to simply show you how you should start your business. Okay, so I'm speaking to the people who would like to earn more by not just buying the coins, but also by sharing this with other people. Okay, so if you want to earn more income, that is what you should do. But I'm going to show you how to easily do that. But the first thing you should do is set a monthly income goal. So I want you to take a piece of paper right now, and I want you to write down an income that you would like to make per month. Okay? Now listen to this. If you don't write it down, it's only a dream. Miraculous things happen, and I can attest to that. Okay? Because I've been in several of these platforms, and even having been an electrical engineer where, I went to school, and I'm not knocking school. School was great and everything, but I didn't make the kind of income I made from these platforms. Okay? And sometimes you hear about people making, $100 a day, or you hear some income claims that people make, and it's hard to believe, but it's out there. Okay? Now, again, I'm not making any income guarantees. Again, it's based on your effort. But there was one time when I said to myself, I'd like to make $500 a day. I was a single mom at that time. And because of what I did, which was basically follow somebody who was successful. By the way, that's another hint. You don't want to follow someone who's negative and unsuccessful. You want to follow positive people who are successful. But I wrote it on a piece of paper that I wanted to make $500 a day. And based on my efforts, I absolutely accomplished that. Do you think that changed my life? Yes, absolutely. I told my kids, you know what? We're going to do what we can do based on what we want to do, because it was based on the efforts that I put in. And again, being a single mom was normally a very tough thing. Okay. Here's something else I want you to think about. The old saying was, I'll believe it when I see it. You see, sometimes your biggest enemy is yourself, because you don't believe it. You don't believe in what you're capable of doing. So I want you to change your mantra, and I want you to say, I will see it when I believe it. Okay? All right, the next thing I want you to do is take out another piece of paper, or like what I do is I have a little booklet, and I want you to make a list of 30 people that you will contact and speak to about Suponic. Now, here's the most important thing. Do not prejudge what the person will say to you. Let them decide. Your job is to open up the opportunity to them and have them say yes or no. Why? Because if you follow the success plan that we have laid out for you, you will be successful. And if you don't even talk to some of the people because you are afraid to talk to them, you could be doing them a disfavor. When you become successful and they see how much your life has changed, and they look at you and they say, wow, what did you do? And you say to them, you know what? I didn't have the guts to ask you. I was afraid you were going to say no, so I didn't even bother telling you about it. How would you feel when they say to you, oh my gosh, did you know I lost my home? Did you know I had to sleep in my car? Or maybe they even lost their car too. So your job is to open up the opportunity to them and let them say yes or no to you. Okay? If they say no, you say, hey, we're still friends. I just want to make sure I didn't leave you out. Okay? Because I know I'm going to be successful at this. So make a list of 30. Now, why do I say 30? You can write more, but let me tell you something. If you write down 30, and believe me, I know you have more than 30 people to write down, you will find a few gems. That's all you need. You just need a few people to get started, and you help them get started. Okay? And again, you don't have to do this all on your own, because you've got a lot of leaders that are willing to help you. So if you start out with 30 names, let them be the ones say yes or no. And guess what? I'm going to guarantee you, some people are going to say no. And that's okay. Okay? Because you only need a handful. In one of the first platforms that I started with, this is when I didn't know anything. I started out with 2. Then eventually I had 3 more people. So I had 5. And then 7. And then 12. And that's where I stopped, because after that, I just started helping my people, help them get people. And by only 8 months, I had over 1,800 people in my group. It's fabulous. That's how this platform works. Okay. So now let's talk about, how do you easily speak to people? Here's an example. Hi, Susie. So I know you recently had to stay home due to the stay-at-home mandate, just like me, okay? And I was wondering, are you open to bringing in some extra income? And let's say she says yes. Well, I just recently got involved with an amazing online platform that is in this trillion-dollar industry, but I am so new that what I would like to ask you to do is to just join me in a webinar tonight at 7 p.m. or whenever it is, okay? From the comfort of your home. I would be doing you a disfavor if I try to explain it to you myself because, you know, I'm new. Now, let me tell you, Susie, I think you will be amazed and excited like me, but I promise you that if you attend the webinar and you don't like it, or if it's just not for you, I promise you we'll still be friends, okay? I just don't want to leave you behind because I know for me, this is going to help me tremendously. Now, do you guys think you could do that? So when she says yes, you say, okay, I'm going to text you the Zoom link right now. And about 10 minutes before it starts, I'll just send you a quick reminder, okay? All right, talk to you then. Now, what if they say no? Say, you know what? That's fine. I understand. It's not for everybody. But if you're okay with it, I'd like to just keep in touch with you. Is that okay? Because what you want to do is when you do get successful, you want to go back to them, give them another chance to, again, say yes or no to you. Okay? All right, here's another example. And again, just use your own words, you know. By the way, these scripts is all in our back office that I'm going to be showing you. Okay, so you don't have to memorize this, just practice it, okay? So download it from our back office. Okay, here's another script. Hi, Tom, how's it going? I heard your hours got cut back drastically. Are you open to hearing about a way to bring in more income to your household? Okay, so again, he says yes. Well, I just got involved in a trillion-dollar platform and it's so exciting. But I don't want to mess up the information because I'm new to it. So what I'd like to do is just simply invite you to attend a webinar with me today at 7 p.m. You think you could do that? Listen, I care about you. But if after listening to the info, if it's not for you, it's totally okay with me. I promise you we'll still be friends. But wow, if it is for you, let's get ready for a fun ride. Okay, so I'm going to text you the Zoom link right now. And about 10 minutes before it starts, I'll send you a reminder, okay? All right, talk to you then. I hope you guys are seeing how simple this is, okay? Now, I want you to remember that when you're inviting someone to join you, you're giving them a chance to decide for themselves if they want to join you or not. When you become successful and you never told them about this opportunity, how will you feel when they tell you that they were really in need? They were really in need for something to save their life. Okay, so when sharing Suponic, invite with the spirit of sharing success with them. Okay, don't look at them like, oh, I'm going to make a lot of money from this person. Okay, I want you to come from a spirit of saying, you know what, I think I can really help this person and bring them an opportunity for them to better their life. And automatically, by helping somebody, you're going to help yourself. Okay, so just remember this: more people are looking for this kind of opportunity. We're at home doing this. Okay, so let them be the one to tell you yes or no. And again, do not prejudge what you think they will say. So one last bit I want to share with you is the fortune is in the follow-up. 48% of people never follow up. If someone says no, respect that. They'll follow up with them later, okay? Or they said yes, but then they never did anything, okay? If they say yes and they go to a webinar and you don't follow up with them, things get in the way, okay? So follow up with them. 25% of people make a second contact and then they stop. Again, people get busy, okay? 12% of people make only 3 contacts and stop, and only 10% of people make more than 3 contacts. Now, here's a real statistic. 2% of signups are made on the first contact. Now, I'm going to say that this is general in all kinds of businesses, okay? 3% of signups are made on the second contact, 5% are made on the third contact, 10% are made on the fourth contact. Most people will sign up on the 5th to 12th contact. But guess what? What we're finding here with Suponic, it's usually on the second contact, okay? So you invite somebody to a webinar, they like it, they have some questions, and almost always you follow up with them and they're signing up. All right, so that's what I want to share with you as far as setting a goal and learning how to speak to people. And now let's go into the back office and I'll show you the resources. So what we want to do, we want to go, let me first show you our resource here. It's https://sp, oops, that should be SPC. Sorry, I'm a little dyslexic here. SGC, faststartme.info, not .com, .info, okay? When you go to that website, let me bring that up. You will come to this website here. This is a wealth of information. I'm not sure if my buddy here, Nicholas Bailey, our VP of IT, is on the line. Nick, are you on the line? Okay, so I have to give credit to Nicholas Bailey, our VP of IT, created this back office here, and it's a wealth of information here. There's videos. We've got new member registration video. We've got how to transfer SGC coins to play the games. We've got a wonderful Suponic rap song that Jay Park created in less than 5 minutes to explain Suponic in 1 minute. Okay, we've got PDF instructions. We've got a form that shows you how to sign up somebody, how to add a member to the binary. We've got the approved Suponic presentation, which I went over already. And then the new member checklist page, which contains the scripts and all the steps in starting your business. Okay. All right. So if you have any suggestions or feedback, you can fill this out, and it'll go to Nick, and he will work on it. All right. So the next thing we want to do is we want to go into the back office now. All right. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to mlm.suponicesports.com/login, and it'll take you to this page. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to register yourself or someone else. Now, in order to register yourself or someone else, you must have a sponsor. Now, the sponsor user ID is also called the recommendation code. So I'm going to first show you that by pressing this register button right here. Let me make it a little bigger. All right, so you're going to click right there on register. All right, so again, the recommendation code is the sponsor name. Let's say I'm the sponsor and my sponsor name is Tiger Gale. Okay, now let's say I am signing up a friend. Okay, and we're going to select the country. Let's say they're here in the United States. Then I'm going to ask what is the username they would like to have. So let's say she tells me her username she wants to use is Super Gamer. Then I ask for her email address. Let's say it's supergamer@gmail.com. Her first name is Sarah. Her last name is Gamer. And because I selected the United States as her country, the phone country code will show up. And then I type in her phone number. And then if I'm signing her up, I'm going to create a simple password. Okay. Make it simple so you can share it with them, and then they're going to change it themselves later. Okay. Now you do have to agree to the terms and conditions, and then you'll click next. Now, I'm not really going to click next because this will actually create a new account. I just wanted to demonstrate how you sign up a new person or yourself. Okay, with that being said, let's now go into the back office. And let me log in.
Nag-join ako last week. Kasi hello?
All right, first thing you're going to see is this pop-up window, which will pop up to say, welcome to SGC Global, but this is also the place where if the company has some very important information to share with you right away, for example, let's say the website is down for maintenance, that's where this will pop up, okay? But other than that, we'll close it off. And the first thing you want to do is just make sure everything is correct, okay? That when you signed up, that your username is spelled correctly, the package that you purchased is correct, and your gaming rank is correct. Usually everyone starts out as gamer, okay? Next you'll see here is your sign up link. This is the link you'll want to share for other people to sign up under you as the sponsor. So you don't have to memorize this or write this all out. You simply just have to go to this button, click on it, and it'll say copied, okay? Now let's say I want to now email it to, let's say I want to email it to my sister. I go to my email, I bring up a new message here. Let's say I want to send it to her, and I will say, paste this. Here's my link. And all I have to do is paste that link that I just copied. Boom, there it is. Make sure that your correct username is there, and you hit send. Okay, so as easy as that. All right, after you make sure that that's all correct, the first thing you want to do is you want to verify your email and your phone. Why? For security reasons. You want to make sure that when we need to contact you by email or by phone, we have your correct email and phone. So you're going to go here to these three lines. I call this the hamburger. Or you can simply go here. This quick button here is the button that will access your account. But I'm going to demonstrate here because I want you to see that when you click on the hamburger, you're going to see a menu and you'll see my account. Okay, so I can click there. And by the way, if I haven't said so already, please have a piece of paper and a pencil or pen so you can write this down so you don't forget. Okay, so after you click on my account, you want to confirm your email and your phone number. Now I've already done this, so it's going to give me a check mark. But when I first log in, there's going to be a banner here that says, please verify your email. And there's going to be a button here that tells me to click on receiving a code to my email. When I click on that, it'll send a code, like a 5-digit code to my email. Then I have to input it and click verify, and then it'll give me this check mark. I'll do the same thing with the phone number, okay? Now at this time, if I want to change my password, this is where I do it, on this same page, okay? So I'll type in the current password, type in my new password twice, and I click update. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do. All right, next thing you want to do, let's just go down the line here on this menu, is at this time, you may want to upgrade your package. So let's say, for example, I have an SPG4, and I want to upgrade to the next package, the SPG5. I'll click on this upgrade package, and I'll want to do this before Wednesday when the coin goes up by 10 cents, okay? So when you want to upgrade, it'll give you the various packages that you could upgrade. If you have an SPG1, you'll have 4 other choices because you could upgrade to the $500 package, the $1,000 package, the $5,000 package, or the $10,000 package. So when I want to upgrade, I simply click on this upgrade button. And it'll take me to this page. And it'll tell me, with this upgrade, this is how many coins I will receive. This is how many bonus coins I will receive. I can do either a coin payment or direct bank transfer. Now, we've been approved to do bank transfer through Bank of America. So we're making it easy for those of you that don't have a Bitcoin wallet and are unable to pay with Bitcoin. So first I'll show you how to do it with Bitcoin. So if you want to do it with Bitcoin, you're going to click on coin payment. And then here at the bottom, you can't move forward until you click on this button here that says purchase coins is locked for 6 months. Now, again, we're doing that because in 6 months on October 1st, that is when our Suponic exchange launches, and we want to hold on to these coins for a greater value, okay? If you don't agree with that, that's okay. Then maybe what you want to do is just purchase game coins, but this is not where you want to go. But for those of you who want to buy the packages, this is where we purchase and upgrade, okay? So then I'll click on purchase. It's going to take me to this next page. And what I need to do is select a coin. Right now, we only have Bitcoin as an option. If I don't select anything, and I'm saying I want to pay with a coin payment, and I say complete checkout, it's going to tell me there's an error because I didn't select a coin. Okay, so I go back and I click on Bitcoin. Now I can say complete checkout. All right, when I do this, I'm going to see this QR code, and I'm going to assume that you have a Bitcoin wallet. If you don't have one, there's actually a video in the back office that shows you how to get an outside Bitcoin wallet. And I say outside because you do have a Bitcoin wallet here with Suponic, but you'll want to pay from external source. And if you have a Bitcoin wallet, here's the address that you will copy to send it to. You'll also copy this amount. So this amount represents $5,000 in Bitcoin, but you want to make sure you send enough to cover any additional transaction fees. So depending on your comfort level, you can send $5 to $10 or even $20 more, but just know that those extra amount is not lost. You will actually get more coins for that extra amount that you send, okay? Or if you have a crypto reader, you can simply, from your phone, read this QR code and it'll do the transaction. Okay? So again, the important thing to note is make sure you send enough money. If you don't have enough money, it's just going to delay it. And we don't want any delays because, you know, all those different ways that we get paid, especially with the binary, it's time sensitive. We get paid on a daily basis. So you don't want to miss out. Okay? All right, so that's how you pay for your upgrade. Okay, let's go back. Let's go to the next tab on the menu. By the way, is there any questions so far? Okay, now let's look at the...
you were going to show us how to do it through direct deposit?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Sige.
Let's do that.
Right.
Okay. Okay, give it a minute here. It's swirling around.